Hello and welcome back. There's been a series of unusual events going on with the war in Ukraine, or some of them not in Ukraine. Let's look at a series of reports that have come out. December 6th report came out that Putin was dealing with another blow to his war effort as hundreds of Russian soldiers had been detained for rebelling against orders from their commanders. The Institute for the Study of War found Russian drafted soldiers refusing to take up arms in Ukraine and growing acts of defiance against Putin's military authority. It says in total, hundreds of troops reportedly locked up in informal detention centers. Skip ahead 4 days from that. Last Saturday, 3 large fires take place in Moscow on the same day. There were suspicions that they were arson attacks by Ukrainian saboteurs. One fire burnt up the OBI shopping mall in the mega retail complex in the Khimki region of Moscow, not far from Sheremetyevo Airport. Arson's not been ruled out, but investigators think it could also have been an electrical fault. That fire consumed an area of 75,000 square feet of the mall. Another fire the same day destroyed the Mikhoyankovsky meat factory in southeast Moscow on Volgogradsky Prospect. They haven't released any information on the cause of that fire. A third fire the same day broke out in central Moscow at Pushkin National Art Gallery. Fire department believes that it might have started between floors with a wiring fault, but can't rule out arson yet. Come ahead to Monday, and the Story Park Mall in Balashikha to the east of Moscow was caught up in flames that covered 230,000 square feet. Massive fire at both shopping malls. Both of them supposedly started around building supply companies, which, well, lumber, building chemicals, things like that. They are flammable, and they'd be a great place to start a fire. One Telegram channel asked, fires at Russian shopping centers seem to be breaking out really often these days. Are they sabotage or question mark? They've admitted that the Monday fire at Story Park happened at a building materials center, but don't say how they caught on fire. BNE in Telenews had asked one of the fire officials about the spate of major fires there in Moscow, and said it was raising suspicions of arson attacks by Ukrainian saboteurs. There's no suggestion these fires are results of aerial attacks, but the suspicion is that it's agents working on the ground. Makes me wonder, we've heard Putin talk about false flag attacks perpetrated by the Ukrainians, but that's also an old KGB tactic. Now, video surfaced on the 14th, which showed Russian troops preparing a nuclear missile in a military installation near Moscow. It was capable of hitting targets in Europe and the United States. And just last week, Putin hinted that he might be poised to change Russia's doctrine on the use of nuclear weapons from a second strike to a first strike policy. The new video showed Russian units were dealing with strategic defense, loading a missile silo with the new Yars rocket. This becomes concerning because, well, Putin's army is getting its ass kicked, and there are forces within the government and within his new area, his new oblast, in other words, the Luhansk Liberation Army, who are wanting him to use nuclear weapons or something like it. We know that the Soviet Union had stocks of biological and chemical weapons as well, and we simply trust that they destroyed them and didn't make any more, or destroyed them at all. I feel that these fires may not be as accidental as some would like to think. I have no doubt that if Putin felt the need to, he'd set his FSB people out to make it happen. To remember, World War II started because the Nazis pulled a dozen convicts out of prison, dressed them up in Polish uniforms, shot up the side of a building before they shot the convicts to say that, Polish forces were beaten back. We have to attack. They're already attacking in the Ukraine, but they haven't been using everything in their arsenal. And that is a concerning thought that they might start. People have also been calling for him to call up more reserves for use, but he could barely equip the ones that he had and didn't equip them very well. It remains to be seen. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this isn't going to be a false flag or a series of false flag operations to be used as an excuse used to nuke or gas Ukraine. The problem with chemical and biological weapons is you can't always guarantee where they're going to go. Winds change. Rain keeps them from dispersing like you want them to. And when your troops are untrained, they may not even know how to save themselves from the weapons of mass destruction that their own government would employ. And if he were to go ahead with tactical nukes, he'd probably be sacrificing a lot of his own people. I hope I'm wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm right. This is getting scary, and it's right before Christmas. I wonder what that godless commie's got in mind. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And on that uplifting note, let me know in the comments what you think. Am I insane, or am I just being prudent? And the whole thing, like and subscribe, and y'all stay safe. I'll see y'all later. Bye.